cuartos luminosos, la anciana dejando tras sí un poco de su arco iris por donde quiera que va.
Poet, and she has the advantage of being able to actually speak the language. Her husband, Alvaro, is a marvelous painter, and of course my husband could have done this. My husband's from South America, and I'm always nervous to try to speak Spanish around him, because when I was learning, he used to correct me, didn't you, sugar? Thank you, Denise. You're welcome. The last poem that I'm going to share with you is entitled Solitude. It's Jim Dees. Jim and Carol Dees are out. Jim's waving his hand. Some of you had the chance to see his wonderful painting of the Great Egret, which is hanging in the back room where I did the first reading. Jim and I, thanks to Ann Shalansky, were invited to participate in a collaborative. And Ann, who knows me so well from being in my poetry group, sent me a copy, a reproduction of Jim Dees' painting of the egret, and I came up with this poem entitled Solitude. River darkness descends like a rite. A resolute prow unravels the cloud-laden moon, picking through thready reeds and cattails lambent in dusk. The marshes murmur and swirl, startled by the foot-stirring of a great egret. Into rimmed air he glares, alert for insects, crooks his neck into a zigzag and waits. Loosening his breeding plumes, he feathers shrub grasses, his strong spear ready to plunge. Hidden like prey in shadows, how little I know about solitude. Bantam light settles over plumage of the bird, stilled by a frog's croak, by earth's heat dispersing night croons. Skilled hunter, your golden bill calls my name. And this poem will, as well as the one that was in the Southside Sentinel on the Dragon Run, will appear in my next book. So stay tuned. I'm still working on the latest part of this book, but I will eventually find time to get it done.
Carolyn,
And once
before
again,
you finish,
yes.
I want to interrupt you because you, above all people, will appreciate this. Apparently, the wildlife friend here loves poetry because as you were reading the last one, a red fox ran right along behind you.
Right? How many of you saw? Oh, I should have wrote one of my fox poems. I have, in the next book, I have been inspired by, we live on a wooded lot, and we have a number of fox, well, a couple that have been coming for 6 years now. And we have a little baby fox who was wounded, and we were so happy to see her last night. She disappeared for several days, as is their habit, because they have maybe an acre or 2 acres as their little home territory. And we like it best when she stays close to home. We're great animal lovers, but the next book will have lots of poems. Thank you, Diane. I'm sorry I missed that moment. In addition to thanking Lynn and Blanche for opening up the Yates House, which, as I understand, is truly a community place and has been the notice of a number of people who came here for the first night, I think they deserve a big round of applause. And generally, I'm adorned with a necklace that Blanche has made. The first time that I came here, I saw a piece that I could not resist buying. And so I purchased that necklace. She is I'm sure you made what you have on today. I invite you to buy her jewelry, buy one of Jim Dees' paintings, and incidentally, Jim wants to talk to you, Betsy. And for my last thought, I want to thank my husband. Many of you are waiting to meet him. If you could just raise your hand. who is from South America and is my right arm in so many things. He really supports me with my arts, and I appreciate that. And especially thank you for the flowers. That was an act of love, right?
Way to go!
Very smart. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope that we will see you back here again for some more community activities. I really appreciate it.